So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 21 of our FM24 manager journey. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that one. But this weekend's episodes could make or break us because we go in to the final two games of the season with a chance of getting automatic promotion, but we've got to win the first of the two games. The reason why is because I'm a little bit upset about this. We're playing at 8 o'clock at night. Accrington have already played and won their game. So we have now got to take us time and we've got to play later on, knowing we've got to win to stay in it. A draw could possibly be enough to keep us in the race, but really we need to win away at Colchester. Colchester down in 13th at this moment in time. As you can see, Michael Smith's now on 32 goals for the season. And let's just have a little look at the schedule because we've done okay since you last joined us. We've won, we beat Salford, we beat Walsall, we lost at home to Crewe, which was so frustrating. Drew away at Grimsby, which was a decent result. We lost at home to Bradford City, but then we've just gone away to Swindon and absolutely pumped them 4-1. And we were absolutely sublime on the day. And that leads us into these last two games. We've got to win in Colchester to keep this dream alive. Let's get straight into it because we've changed the formation slightly. We're playing with a number 10. Louis Marsh is a number 10 between Adekoya and Michael Smith up front. He were playing as a pressing forward, actually. On attack was Adekoya. But this is your team to start. It's going to be Dewhurst in goal. The back three of Saidi, McClellan and Tipton. Tipton getting the nod over Sean Hutchinson purely because of his pace and youth. He's got a little bit more about him now. Sean Hutchinson retiring at the end of the year probably tells you that he's probably coming to the end. Robson, Tatonda are the wing-backs. Elliott and Berry in the midfield with Marsh supporting Adekoya and Smith up front. Right, we've got to win this first game. Win the first game of today. That is objective number one. Then that takes us on to a showdown on the final day of the season. I don't know who Accrington have got. I really don't know who Accrington have got on the last day of the season, but hopefully we've got Forest Green at home, so we could get promoted at Glanford Park. What a way to do it. Otherwise, we will be in the playoffs. That'll be tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode will be a playoffs, or it may be a transfer special. Who knows? Must be said, we've been touted for a few jobs at this moment in time as we get off to a perfect start. Louis Marsh, 10th goal of the season. Enjoyed that one. It's Colchester 0, Scunthorpe 1, and that is the perfect start here at Colchester. Adekoya down the left-hand side. Good to see Adekoya back fit and firing again. He got it into the middle. It were bouncing around in there. Louis Marsh, quickest to react. We do get the goal. Yeah, we've had a couple of job interviews. Birmingham City offered us a job interview. We possibly could have got it, but it didn't feel right to go just yet. We said we wanted to go at the end of the season, whether they'd have waited for us, but it just didn't seem right, and it were derailing our promotion bid a little bit. Something else that's derailing our promotion bid is Mason Burstow, who's just scored for Colchester. Playing out from the back, not quite working on that occasion. It's got to be said, when we play out from the back and we do it well, we cut teams open. When we don't do it so well, we tend to concede. And I'm wondering if that's possibly something we've got to look at for next season, regardless of whether we're here or not, as Michael Smith heads that away. Colchester seemingly turning the screw at this moment in time. We will come back into it. I'm sure that's good pressing from whoever that man is. Elliott doing very, very well there. But yeah, job offers are starting to come. I don't think we'll be at Scunthorpe next season looking at this. As it comes into the middle, Dewhurst has come a long way and collected that very, very well. Yeah, I can't see us being at Scunthorpe. We are starting to get a couple of decent job offers. One job that I am very interested in as Berry gives it away. Oh, Adam Berry, you should know better. You should know so much better than that, Adam Berry. He's a player who's been absolutely fantastic for us this season. And to do that is absolutely scandalous. He knows to be better than that. Oh, that is so, so poor. We're going to have to offer some encouragement. And with a 0.4 XG, Colchester have scored 2 goals. What can you say about that? My word, that is so poor. I expect so much better of Adam Berry. And if we continue in this vein, as Dewhurst goes going for a cross, which he possibly shouldn't do, that is so poor. We've thrown that away towards the end of this half. We're going to have to go all out attack second half here, as it's Dewhurst this time who collects. Or we're going to get a chance to have an attack towards the end of this half, as Dewhurst holds on to it. Possibly not. We do. We roll it out to Saide. Going to Bardell. No. Starting to possibly look to not make mistakes here, this back three. We've just told them, look, if you want to go a bit longer, you possibly can. That's not a good ball again through the midfield. And it's got to be said, Colchester look like they're going to punish us every time they go forward. This is going to prompt a big change at half-time. It must be said, we are going to totally change the tactic. We are fortunate not to be 3-1 down. But that is absolutely abysmal. After the perfect start from Louis Marsh, we are going to have to change this up a little bit. And this is the formation we will go to. Louis Marsh, I would like to put as the advance forward. He's playing well, he's Louis Marsh. Berry's going to have to... In fact, Marsh can come play for where Berry's playing. We're going to bring on Connor Wickham as the target forward. That will work fine. Tipton, McClelland... is McClelland having that good a game? 6.7, 6.9. I think we're going to take McClelland off and bring on Andre Brooks. That would make sense to me. So that's what we're going to go for this second half. We've got to go for it. There's no point now. If we lose this, we're out. So we've got to start chucking bodies forward. We've got to start going for goal. And straight away, this formation doesn't seem to be paying off because Colchester are just getting the XG up by the moment here. 60 minutes on very attacking. We've not mustered a shot on goal. More changes. We are going to just drop Brooks back into this position. Push these two further on. These need to be complete wing-backs on attack now. Like I said, there is no reason to do anything apart from go for it. As we hope to knock it along towards Connor Wickham and Smith, there's not too much happening. Again, Colchester just negating us here. And this has been a sign of our season where at times we possibly just don't quite do it. We just seem to have these games where we're... I mean, the XG here has been next to nothing for Colchester, but they've managed to somehow score 2 goals, and that's coming from our errors once again. But if we don't play out from the back, we don't tend to do much else, as it's knocked over the back of Tatonda. Further down the right-hand side, crosses it into the middle. It's headed in by Reed. And that is all she wrote. Tomorrow's episode is indeed going to be a playoff episode. So frustrating. So frustrating how we should have come here and really done a job on these. And Colchester have made us look bang average, which on occasion can happen to this side as Elliott now gets stuck in. We don't maintain possession again. For Colchester, who've had nothing to play for, who've now got their 4th goal of the game, this has been exceptionally concerning and a performance that you couldn't see coming, especially after that last game. We were absolutely outstanding in that last game. But on this occasion, I mean, we've just had his first shot of the second half. What does that tell you? How frustrating is this? So, it is going to be playoffs again. I'm far from pleased with that. I mean, that is disgusting. But one thing we've got to take note of is we could do a win in this final game against Forest Green to make sure that we have the best opportunity for the playoffs. So we'll come back in a few days' time when we've got Forest Green at home. Oh, how bad is that? Right then, guys, we're going to use this to get some fitness into a few players' legs as well. So Saidi, McClelland and Tipton is the back three. Bardell is in on the right. Kenlock on the left. Bailey's back in for a rare start. Scales and Brooks in the midfield with Thomas and Wickham up top. We could do with going in with a little bit of form. If you had to ask me honestly now and let me know down in the comments what you think, but tomorrow's episode in the playoffs, I know we're 4th in the league. I don't think we're quite good enough. I really don't think we're quite good enough to get promoted this season, and I think we've probably just shown that away at Colchester. I hope I'm wrong, and we'll manage it the best we can. I think we're good enough to get to Wembley, but it just depends where we go from there, and we seem to concede goals with the lower XG we have against us. We tend to concede daft goals, and that's something. It's been a hallmark of our season as Dewhurst punches away well, and now O'Keefe will come forward. We are trying to close down here, but Forest Green straight away looking in command as it's deflected off Tipton, and that there's nothing he can do about that. It's a fluke goal from Forest Green. And it is Forest Green 1, Scunthorpe 0. And when it is not going your way, it is not going your way. And straight away, Forest Green have a corner again. It's into McCann, back to Keller Dunn, crosses in. Dewhurst stays at home. It's headed away well by Scunthorpe, but Yanks coming in now into McCann. I'm wondering whether going to that interview with Birmingham's possibly upset him a little bit. That's something else that I'm considering, but we withdrew interest in the job. So, because I felt that if we were to get Scunthorpe promoted, that possibly, and I'm not saying Birmingham's not a big job by any stretch, we've scored 2 own goals. We've scored 2 own goals. This is a little bit problematic. But we do have a long throw with Wickham. Yeah, not that there's not bigger. That the Birmingham job's not a big club. It's that I just feel there might be some other opportunities, shall we say? Although looking at this, I wish I'd have gone there. But no, Tipton into Brooks. We will come back here, I'm sure of it, as that's just enough to get into Bardell. And Bardell now take a touch down the right hand side. We've had a shocking start here, but Bardell down the right looks to cross it in, and there is Connor Wickham, and it's unfortunately only a corner. Connor Wickham may have to start rolling back the years in this next couple of games in the playoffs. We know he enjoys big games as Kenlock crosses in. Innes heads away, goes out towards Thomas, takes a couple of touches, wins the ball back well, but doesn't quite do enough. Swindon look like they're winning. I mean, we've just beat Swindon away 4-1. Is there an argument to possibly say that we can beat them? I would suggest there is. We're going to get... We'll have to have a look who we get after this game. But I'm hoping we're going to start putting in a performance here as Bailey takes a touch into Cian Scales, who strikes it well at goal. Mahoney makes a save. Look, we've been unlucky early doors here. I'm hoping that we're going to turn it on a bit. Chesterfield are beating Swindon, so they're not having the best of games either. As Kenlock looks to whip it in left-footed, he does. Brooks can't quite get there. Bakayoko heads clear. We've not had many set-piece goals, it must be said, pretty recently either. So that's something else I'm going to have a little look at before we get to the playoffs. But Forest Green do have a set-piece here as it's crossed in well. And they score from it. It's Forest Green 3, Scunthorpe 0. To say it's a little bit concerning, this little couple of games that we're having before the playoffs, would be an understatement. Look at the state of that there. 6.1 and 6.2. Oh, you've been terrible, boys. You have been... I think terrible's an understatement. Right, we're going to try a diamond. Now we're going to try something else a little bit different. He's going to come off for Ben Elliott. Ben Elliott's going to play in the tip of the attack. Thomas is going to come off for Adikoya. And that will do us for the moment. I'm just having a look if there's anybody else on the bench that we can change. No, there isn't. Yeah, not going so well at this moment in time. But we do have a free kick with Kenlock. Kenlock crosses in. Wickham's at the back stick. Can't get there. Scales shoots. Bardell's there. And Bardell gets the goal. And we will get one back early doors here. Is this going to be a comeback of comebacks? I certainly bloody hope so. Burton's losing 3-0 to MK Dons. A lot of the teams in the playoffs, whether it's just resting players maybe, are not doing particularly well as Elliott crosses in. Saeed is at the back stick. It's 3-2. Have we just stumbled upon a little change in formation that may help us? One could argue. But at this moment in time... I mean, look at the state of this. Forest Green, 0.25 expected goals. They've scored 3 goals. I mean, they're scoring 10 times what they should have done. And a little bit more. Frustration? Yeah. Yanks. Good tackle, Bardell. Adikoya will pick it up. It's into Connor Wickham. There is a pass to the left. It weren't that pass, but he got one to Brooks. Brooks will knock it wide to Kenlock down the left-hand side. Have we got an option to get it into the middle? We certainly have. Adikoya is there. Adikoya scores. And Adikoya apparently is offside. Didn't look it. It must be said. Let's have a little look at this replay. Kenlock down the left-hand side. Gets a good cross in. Adikoya, I mean... Is he offside there? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. But Burton's just got one back. Swindon are now leading. We could do with another goal here. I'm impressed by how we've turned up in the second half. Cian Scales has just picked up a bad injury. which will bring on Adam Berry. I'm going to bring on Tonda as well for Tipton at the moment. But you'd suggest we've been by far the better side in this second half. We've got to take this second half performance into the playoffs. Certainly not the first. We will revert to the three at the back, but now we've got an option of this diamond as well as we knock one long over the top. Dewhurst will collect. Dewhurst not had the best game, it must be said, but he's had two very unfortunate errors against him as he takes his time and goes into Saida. This is where we need to be a little bit better as we go into Bailey, now into Brooks, now Berry. We're going to try in these playoffs. We're going to get all the best players on the pitch. Of course we are. Berry, Elliott, Brooks. We're going to try and get them all on because I think that's the only chance we've got of winning these games. Left to Kenlock. He's looking wide open. He's got Wickham in the box. And there is Wickham, and it's just not going to be our day, is it? It's a lovely ball in from Kenlock, but it falls to Connor Wickham. It's deflected. Berry now has the chance from this corner. It's whipped him. Wickham's at the back stick. It's headed up more than away by Knight. Lawrence will then get the clearance and Forest Green will clear. But we do have a free kick with Adam Berry on the edge of the box. Could he hit this into the top right-hand corner? Right about there. It'd be lovely. Oh, and what a save from Mahoney. What a save from the keeper. Wickham is on a 5.8 at this moment. But I'm keeping him playing because I don't really want to bring Michael Smith on and risk him getting injured for the playoffs. Adikoya knocks it down. Here is Andre Brooks, and it's over the bar from Andre Brooks. 89 minutes on the clock. I think that is going to be all she wrote. We've had a 2.71 expected goals, playing a 0.25 expected goals, and we've lost the game 3-2. Take from that what you will. Oh, we should have won that. We should have won that. We dropped to fourth. It does mean that we will get Grimsby away first in the playoffs, I would presume. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I think fourth place fifth and third place sixth. Are we in agreement? Let's just have a quick look as we just fast forward on a little bit and save the game. But I'm sure we've got Grimsby now. If we have a look at the schedule, it's not coming up yet, but we have. So it will be the playoffs tomorrow. Again, we've won 2 playoffs this year. I never normally win playoffs. Hopefully, we can do the same again. Please do like and subscribe. Come back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, and I'll see you for the League 2 playoffs.